Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Ghoulish. I am Max Booth, a host, and today on this lovely program I am talking to my good pal Andrew Hilbert. If you are a long-term listener of this podcast, you already know who he is. He's been on the show multiple times. Why is that? As I just mentioned, he's a good pal, and we get along pretty okay, I tend to think, and we have fun. Yeah, we have fun together. Maybe we need a name for those who listen to this podcast. Goulds? That's, I don't know. My fellow Goulds? I don't know. Folks? Hello, folks. Now that's probably taken by a different podcast. Joe Rogan's podcast. No, I guess those listeners would just be called assholes. That's the only podcast I can think of. Joe Rogan's podcast and my podcast, which is called Ghoulish, and it is hosted by me, Max Booth, a host. Today on the program, I do have Andrew, as I said, and we're talking about sleep paralysis. Something he has first-hand experience with. And I will tell you up top, this podcast is goddamn spooky. It legit skilled me. We talk about some spooky things, folks. So if you don't like spooky things, why did you subscribe to this podcast? And if you haven't subscribed to this podcast, why haven't you? And also, while I'm on this topic, why haven't you reviewed us on iTunes? I know you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking to you, and also you, and anyone else listening to this podcast. You have a mission, and that mission is to go to iTunes and leave the spookiest review possible. Take a screenshot of that review. Tag us on Twitter, Ghoulish Pod. And maybe you'll win a big prize. Maybe you will win nothing. Most likely you will win nothing, but I might retweet it. And then what? You might become famous. I don't know. Also, different topic kind of. We'll quickly approaching episode 50 of Ghoulish, hosted by me, Max Booth, a host. And to celebrate episode 50, I am doing something a little bit different. If you have ever had anything spooky happen to you in real life, email me that at ghoulishpod@gmail.com. I will read your spooky real-life experience during episode 50. And if you have any questions you want me, Max Booth, a host, to answer on that episode, you can also send me a question. ghoulishpod@gmail.com. That's going to be episode 50. I believe 1 week from now, if I can do math correctly, and I cannot, because math is spooky. And do you know what else is spooky? Sleep paralysis, which is what I'm talking about right now. Oh, I paused because I thought I was done with this recording, but as a fellow ghouls know, I typically laugh creepily before I go off into the main episode, and then I cough because I find that funny. And also, I can't laugh long because I am out of shape. So I guess I should laugh now, but I don't know. I haven't said anything funny to laugh at. So I guess I'll tell you guys something funny. Joke. A joke. I can't think of any. I'm going to Google spooky jokes. Stay with me now, folks. Okay. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. No one else is talking about me. Okay, 48 spectacularly funny Halloween jokes for kids. This better be good. Okay, I'm going to read some of these jokes real fast. Spooky jokes for kids. On which day will ghosts most scary? Fright day? That's not a day, you fucking idiot. Okay, joke 2. What do witches put in the hill? Skill spray. Fuck you. Okay, question. Joke 3. What do spooks... Whoa, you can't fucking say that, joke website. Moving right on. How did the vampire race finish? Neck and neck. You made me come on to do... But you were just on Ghoulish. But all of a sudden you wanted to come on again. What gives? What's going on?
Because I realized you didn't have an episode on, night terrors or sleep paralysis. And I can't believe I haven't thought of this sooner, but this is my life, man. I'm constantly sleep paralyzed and terrified at night.
What do you mean? Like, you're afraid of, sleeping? Like, oh, if I go to sleep, that'll be scary?
No. It's just that. So, do you want to know where it begins, Max? Do you want to know way back when?
Yeah, I'm going to put this on mute. You talk.
Okay. My mom and dad, they loved each other very much. Okay?
I'm going to have to stop you right there. What do you mean by that?
I think my... It was a little process about the birds and the bees. It's
Do you mean the builds and the beans?
The birds and the beans, yeah. And there's just a little bit of slippy going on. Slippy come. But anyways.
I've been on slip and slides. I know what you mean.
Yeah, right. Powered by, cream-colored
bean juice, as they say.
Bean juice. There we go. See, you're clever, man. You're clever.
Thank you.
I'm a literalist here. So, anyways, years pass, and I am a child. Okay, I'm a child. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years old. We're living in this tiny house, and I'd have this reoccurring dream that I'd be walking through this house, and it would be empty, completely empty. It was real spooky-like, and walking through this house, I'd go through the bathroom, look at the living room, look at the kitchen, and I'd get to my room, my brother's in my room, and I'd look in the corner, completely empty, and there's this girl just staring at the back corner, and she turns around. She's like blonde. She's almost looking like an Olsen twin of that era, the Full House era. She turns around, and she has a deflated balloon, and she just looks at me, and I wake up choking. And it's so that's where it started. But this dream lasted. It would reoccur once every couple years until I was in college. And when I told the story in college, it was it'd been 6 years since it happened. That fucking night, I had this dream, and I was a child again, walking through, and then I woke up choking and screaming. So that's one of the night terrors. So that's more of a night terror than sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis, so they're a little bit different.
I have a question about dreams.
Yeah.
Do you usually know what age you are in the dream? Because I never think, in this dream I'm a child.
Well, no. What the thing is, it was always the exact same dream, the same setting. Maybe it wasn't in details, but in feeling, it was the same dream. So I just assume I was a child again.
So you don't dream from a third person point of view, watching yourself, correct?
This particular dream is not a watching myself dream. This is kind of I was dick height, my eyesight was at dick level, and so I know I'm a kid, or crawling on my knees. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
So you have dreamt. Will you see yourself? That's a dream you've had?
I'm not sure.
Is that a dream anyone has? I've never had a dream like that. It's always from my eyes, man.
But I'm not exactly sure how that all goes, I'm not exactly sure how it works. In dreamland, the images are a little bit different. I don't know. It's weird. But this is good because it goes into the next night terror thing. Sleep paralysis. I'm a kid. I'm in high school or junior high or something, and masturbating 8 times a day. That's not important to the story. I just want to let you know. But so, so there's this idea between like wakefulness and sleeping. There's this sweet spot, right, for sleep paralysis, and it's either your eyes are open and you're having hallucinations, or your eyes are closed and you have a perfect image of your room. I don't know what it is, but I always kind of wake up paralyzed, just like paralyzed shut, and I'd feel like a pounding on my stomach. And I was a kid. I guess masturbating 8 times a day works in the story because I had the internet. Okay, and so after a couple episodes of this, like 3 or 4 times a week, it was starting to freak me out. I go to the Google machine. It was probably Yahoo back then, and I typed in demon pounding on my belly at night. I thought that was
that's a good
I thought it was
that's a good video on Pornhub.
it's great. It's great. But I sent you this image earlier. It's called the Night Hag, and that image is like, wow, that is exactly how I would have drawn it. Except I'm not a hag, you know. And so that image, for anyone, the dad, if you're listening, um, look up the Night Hag, and that's basically how I learned what sleep paralysis was. Wow, it's me.
Do you want to elaborate on what you mean by it's me?
Yeah. So Max and I, we're on Skype right now, okay? And there's like a virtual background thing, and the green screen function isn't perfect. Max made sure he selected no headphones mode, so it would always delete his headphones from his face. But as soon as he puts up his phone, it confuses the algorithm, and everything disappears. And I'm his background image. That's how obsessed. That's how obsessed he is with me. Uh, so,
So do you want to describe what this fucking monkey man is?
and well, I'd never yeah, I don't know what that monkey man is. It's a demon of some sort, or a witch, or a banshee. I don't know. But it pretty accurately feels like, oh, that's how I learned what sleep paralysis was. That's how I learned it wasn't like supernatural. You know, I learned it was like, oh, this is some kind of weird shit some boners are afflicted with throughout history. Um, so it's kind of like that wakefulness, and in between wakefulness and actually sleeping, there are things like people who have sleep paralysis or night terrors. They're commonly together. They have similar hallucinations. One of them is a shadow figure in a hat. I've had that one before. The other major common one is like spiders. Um, I'm not sure if it still happens because nobody cares if I'm in mortal terror anymore at night. But I used to have all the time. I'd be falling asleep and I'd see this giant spider just coming straight for my face. It would look otherworldly. It was like purple and gold and looked like a man. Spider-Man.
A man spider.
No, I don't know. It was just weird. It's just weird. I recognized it as a spider. I'd run up, jump up, hit the ceiling, whoop, 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 like a Looney Tunes character, and realize there was no spider. It was just my brain fucking with me.
So like this demon monkey, this lady with a hat, this man spider. Are they doing anything to you, or just looking at you?
Yeah, it's more of like a doom feeling, like an ominous feeling.
Yeah.
Are they coming for me? The spider is coming for me, right? And it's not really a man spider; it's actually a spider. But like the man with the shadow figure in the hat, it's just like staring at you, just looking at you from the corner, And as soon as you realize what's happening, you can't get up because you're in that kind of, I guess it's REM, but your eyes are open. So it's pretty terrifying.
I'll be honest, this is the most skilled I've ever been on a podcast.
Really? You're scared?
Yeah, this is really fucking unsettling because I could easily imagine it, and it's because you have no control, right? You'll just fucking
totally.
suck. So when you wake up, do you have complete memory of this of all of this?
So most of the time, sometimes I'd wake up in the morning and say, well, did you have a nightmare? Was everything okay? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just, what the fuck are you talking about? Mom, give me my eggs, But
Wow.
but they are. But some of the images are so terrifying, and they're terrifying and they're real. That's the other thing. Like, they feel very real. They last with you. And there's times I'd be afraid to go to sleep. The one where you're choking with the girl in the balloon. That's probably unique to me. I'm sure someone has some version of that. But when I was a kid, I was afraid to go to sleep because that haunted me. Haunted me throughout life. The other weird thing is, you stop me if I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
It's a podcast. You have to talk. I'm not going to talk.
Some people like to hear breathing, So the thing about sleep paralysis or night terrors are like very vivid nightmares, right? That's where the hallucinations come from. And sleep paralysis is your mind is overactive, but your body is in total rest mode where it's like totally shut down. So it adds to the feeling of total helplessness. And a lot of people are afflicted with this. And there's a movie called The Nightmare, right? And Nina and I saw it on South by Southwest. We thought it was going to be like I thought it was going to be like a fictionalized documentary, but it really is just like a documentary that went super woo-woo with it, and I wasn't into it. It was basically saying like, yeah, I'm being attacked by demons nightly. Like, they really went with that angle rather than doing like, this is your brain, there's science behind it. No, this went the whole demon route, which is really dumb to me. And they also kind of visualize these nightmares, and I thought that they would really affect me, but it's like dreams. It's like when you're tripping or whatever, or when you have a dream, like they'll do scenes in movies where it's like, oh look, he's high, oh he's dreaming, but it always feels like a bad approximation of what it is, and that's just what it felt like. So it was just like, I just was unimpressed with the movie completely.
How often do you talk about this stuff?
This, man, I don't talk about it anymore. I used to talk about it a lot.
Do you think tonight's going to be a repeat?
Well, so that's the other thing too. Night terrors can go away, but when you recount them, they're more likely to come back.
Why did you want to do this podcast?
Because I'm up till 3 a.m. and I'm up till 3 a.m. anyways. It's totally fine. Yeah. Well, last night Polly was crying like crazy, and I was just reading like these Reddit unsolved mystery things. That was a mistake.
Like,
I didn't
what?
have any night, like scary shit, man. Like that kind of shit scares me. It's like real stories. There's one where it's like two girls were
in one cup.
On no, but that's a great one. Shortly after I found out shortly after a demon pounding on my belly, I put two girls in one cup. And that's
go
how
ahead.
I found out.
Go on. What were you saying?
There's so these two like teenage girls, they go on a trail hike. This happened recently. I'm just getting scared recounting this. And one of the girls took a selfie on Snapchat, and there's a guy in a hood behind them in the background. These girls are missing now, and the only piece of evidence is that Snapchat, and the investigators thought they had not a slam dunk, but they could find this guy because he was kind of clear in the picture. Nope, can't find him. Can't find them. Can't find him.
God damn it! What else?
So all those types of stories, and here I am, just like reading on my phone, keeping Polly quiet. It's like, dude, this shit sucks, man. I'm never gonna go to sleep.
I have this constant like, I don't want to say fantasy because fantasy seems to imply that I want it to happen.
Yeah.
But I have this thought all the time because every night when I go to the hotel, I mean, I walk out on my front porch to go out, and we have like a table and some seats around it. It's like 11 p.m. when I leave, a little close to it. I always think, oh fuck, what if I walk outside and there's just like a fucking shadow of a man sitting there. Every time I open it, I think I'm going to see someone just sitting on this fucking seat.
Yeah, well, I think now people are getting more desperate. That fear is probably more real.
What do you mean by that? Desperate for what?
I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to give you the truth here, dude. I'm just trying to get.
What do you mean? Desperate to kill me specifically?
Wow, you have a job. They might want to take your wallet.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Or you're at a hotel. They might think you're a guest at a hotel. And And I got this guy's got money to hang around Cibolo, Texas.
The most
Fancy pants.
the most fucked up thing is if someone would rob me right now, we got rid of all the cash, like with the pandemic going on. So I don't know what I would give them.
That's my place of business is the same way. We got rid of all our cash. So if we got robbed, they'd probably just get frustrated and blow my brains out.
Probably.
Look up the yogurt murders in Austin.
Sounds pornographic.
It's terrible. It's one of those things where you're kind of like not going to sleep at night as well.
Fuck, I don't want to look at this. Okay, I'll look at it.
but you will. So that's the kind of shit that's going to keep me up tonight.
Okay,
and
so
maybe I'll have a night terror.
The 1991 Austin Yogurt Shop Homicides is an open case in Austin, Texas. Hey, that's where you live. On Friday, December 6th, 1991, the yogurt shop was robbed and set on fire after 4 teenage girls were killed inside it. Oh my god. Okay. Give me the too long didn't read version. What's like the...
Well, I mean, that's it. It's never been solved. That's the scary part.
Okay.
I mean, it's tragic and it's scary. But the scary part is these motherfuckers are still walking around with frozen yogurt.
You don't even think they ate it?
I think they're keeping it. Some shocking totem.
Dude, that yogurt is older than I am at this point.
How old are you?
I was born in 93.
Oh, 93.
Yeah, I'm 27.
47? Oh,
yeah,
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sleep paralysis. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. And it's scarier when you have like little, I don't know. I don't know. You've never had, do you have nightmares? Do you remember your nightmares?
I have the most tedious dreams of all time. I don't have nightmares.
Sitting at a computer writing?
I mean, sometimes I'll dream about just doing like a casual job at the hotel I work at. Like, oh, now I'm just mopping. And that's the whole dream.
Yeah.
I often have dreams where really nice things happen to me, and then I wake up completely disappointed. Like, I'll wake up, I'll have a dream where, like, I win the lotto or something, and I'm rich, and, like, we're moving into, like, a big castle, whatever the hell. And then I wake up, like, wait a minute, no.
Moat.
What the hell? No, I'm back. Like, no, go back to sleep.
The only dreams I really remember are nightmares. And sometimes, and then sometimes there's, like, the working dream, which is literally, I'd rather get Shadow Man every goddamn night than have a dream about myself working. Because it's just fucking terrible.
I'll tell you one of the most terrifying dreams I had that I can still recall, because I think usually I forget the dream immediately, but this one was so strange I just kind of got up and wrote it. Actually, if we hold on a second, I might be able to find it because I wrote it down. So I'll just cut out this blankness.
No, don't edit. Don't edit anything. Let's keep this all natural.
Okay, I know it had a baby in it, so I'm going to type baby into my search and see if anything comes up.
All of your adult baby fetish porn comes up. Oh, too many files to sort through.
Baby, release the baby.
Did you name it Dream?
I don't think so, because I thought, oh yeah, this will be a book. And then I never went back to it. Fuck. Alright, let me try one more thing. Bum, bum.
I scared the shit out of myself, by the way, talking about all this shit.
Yeah, you should have. I don't have it. But
okay, well, just give me the
best of my memory is I'm driving, I'm in the passenger seat, I get kicked out of the vehicle, and I'm walking down a sidewalk, and there's a baby in a fucking trash can, and no one is doing anything, so I gotta get this baby out, so I pick up the baby, and it's screaming, and, like, the limbs begin falling off, and I'm picking it up and, like, sticking it back on, and then the baby begins talking like a man. I'm like, ah!
Hey, get me out of here!
In retrospect, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was like,
some bitch to me.
Get me out of this trash gun. That's not how he talks.
No, he doesn't. That's how that baby talks, though. Hey, mister, you seen my foot?
I don't know what this book would have been about, to be honest.
It would have been a fucking comedy, a buddy comedy, dude.
Wait, it was going to be. What I came up with, it was going to be like three different silly lines going on. One of them was going to be this guy with a baby. One of them was going to be with this guy who was like he built like with this slasher organization. He decided to quit.
Slasher organization, like a horror movie slasher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other silly line that I came up with all after I woke up from this dream was it was going to be a riff off of the buddy comedy thing, but also it was going to be a riff on Freaky Friday and also Tilnal and Hooch. So the cop was going to switch bodies with his dog Peltnal.
This is great. I love this. This is awesome.
I don't know how any of this came from dreaming about a baby that was falling into pieces, but that's where my mind went like at 3 a.m. when I woke up and typed this out. I have to find it one day.
You gotta find it because it sounds fucking great. Sounds like a prestige series on Showtime.
So a show I would not watch because I'm not paying the money to get Showtime.
Well, if you sell it to Showtime, I'm sure they'll give you like the DVD or something.
You think they would give me a free account?
I don't know. You put it in your contract. I'm sure that like all this motherfucker wants for his baby story is
free
fucking
Showtime account.
$9 a month.
I guess
for the duration of the show, we're canceling after 3 episodes, so forget about it.
Oh fuck! When was the last time you had one of these spooky dreams?
Spooky dream, man, I have them often. But,
well, I mean, like these paralyzing
like one where I'm like,
yeah.
When I'm just like
nobody
scared to death.
Nobody can see you acting this out.
I know, but I just can't help myself, man. I'm full of beans. When was the last time? I don't even fucking remember, man. I don't know.
It's gonna be tonight,
I don't know.
man.
It probably will be tonight. I would say the last time I was as scared of going to sleep as I used to be was last night. And I already told that story. I can tell it again.
Who'd you tell it to? Me?
Yeah, I just told you. I was reading disappearing people stories.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's going to be in the podcast.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell it. I mean, I don't want these good people to get bored of your podcast, never listen again.
I get freaked out at those types of stories. Have you ever had anything like this? Has nothing to do with the theme of the podcast, but at this point, the theme is just skilling each other.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had anything happen to you that was like possibly supernatural, but at the very least unexplainable? And the more you think about it, the more you get freaked out.
Well, have I? So there's a lot of childhood memories. You know, we used to get dropped off at our grandparents' house, and my grandma didn't speak any English, so the cousins kind of had free reign over everything. And the house was like classic old person house, real dark, dead bodies in the corner.
Yeah. The usual
shit like that. Yeah. Normal stuff. But everything always kind of felt haunted. Like, like the garage. The garage was like fully functional as a bedroom, but it always just felt like there's a dead person there or something. But haunted pants. The dumb story I read.
Yes.
Haunted pants.
Yes.
That comes from my older cousins telling me that my parents were too poor to buy us clothes at a regular secondhand thrift store. They had to go to the dead people clothes secondhand thrift store. And that's why the elastic band was so tight, because the dead person was trying to kill us. Unexplainable, I don't know, man. Most of the times anything was unexplainable. I was probably high. I thought I saw a UFO once.
Did you see the fucking news today, man?
I know, but can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this UFO story. I'm driving my car, right? I'm probably high. Probably. Driving my car, and I kind of look to the left real quick and look to the right real quick. And I probably looked down at my fucking radio because I saw this green light flash. And I thought, fuck, dude, that is a goddamn UFO. tell everybody, I saw a UFO last night, dude. And then months later, the same phenomenon happened. I was a better mental state. Realized it was just a fucking green light on my dashboard. And I just moved too quickly.
Were you a big fan of the X-Files back then?
Fucking love the X-Files.
We just began watching that. Quite a good show.
It's great. I think the first season more like Monster of the Week kind of shit. But then the actress that plays Scully actually got pregnant, so they had to build in this alien abduction story to explain her absence, and that's how like the whole narrative arc started. It was just because of practical reasons.
That's pretty cool. I can't wait for it to get deeper into the alien stuff.
It's fucking great. I'm also a big fan of the movies. I know a lot of people think they're terrible, but I kind of like getting into the nitty gritty of the lore and the backstory. Even though it's probably not like the most exciting thing in the world, when it came out, I was so hyped on it, and I fucking loved every minute in the theater. Looking back now, I'd probably hate the movie, but
I'm like episode 7 in season 1. This is my like first real time watching them. Like when I was a kid, I would watch them if they were on, but like I was a kid. I wasn't paying that much attention.
Yeah.
One of the scariest things I ever saw X-Files wise when I was a kid was that episode of The Simpsons. Well, that freaked me the fuck out, man. With the radioactive Mr. Bones.
And his pupils real dilated.
Wasn't funny at all to me as a kid. It honestly just creeped me out.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit older when that came out, so I liked it. I also liked the X-Files. There are some really creepy visual effects in the X-Files. I'm sorry I just ruined the end of the first season, the beginning of the second season for you.
It's fine.
But the narrative arc is great. It's the smoking man. I just love shit like that. There's a whole conspiratorial bent to it. And then there's kind of like an offshoot of the X-Files. I forgot what it's called. But like a bunch of conspiracy theorists that kind of hang out in a van.
The Joe Rogan show?
No. They would be Joe Rogan listeners, though.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called, but they're in a couple episodes, like probably season 5 and 6. But they're great. Like, everything about the show, to me, is just, like, perfect. So,
when I asked you that question, if you'd ever seen anything like unexplainable, and that triggered me, excuse me.
Canceled.
The memory that comes to mind, this happened a few Halloweens ago. It was myself, the woman I live with, and her daughter. It was a Halloween night. I was a little drunk. I also wasn't driving. We were going to pick up like a pizza or something, some type of fast food, I don't know. And on the way there, we saw this man standing underneath a street light, and he wasn't moving.
I'm already scared.
But he was looking at us as we passed. I mean, this was after the trick-or-treating was done, so the sidewalks were empty. So it's just this one man standing underneath the only light, like, on the street, watching us. And we all thought that was really fucking creepy. On the way back, he hadn't moved. But his head was moving as we drove past, okay?
Oh my god.
When we got home, we were talking about how creepy it was. But this is really gets the most disturbing, okay?
Please stop.
All three of us had a completely different idea of what he looked like.
Oh man.
Yeah, I thought he was dressed like as a fucking like big trash bag type of man.
This is some it shit, dude.
Yeah, it creeped us the fuck out.
That's pretty crazy. So kind of related. Totally unrelated.
Yeah.
Long time ago at my place of work, a purse got snatched, right?
Oh.
And there were 3 eyewitnesses. Every fucking eyewitness had a different description of the guy who did it. Guess what? The description, they were all fucking minorities, right? Okay. So I go back to the tape. The guy couldn't be more white. Like, he couldn't be more white. But it's just so weird how like these people all saw this in the moment and then they're asked to remember it. What do? They their brain fills in like the stereotypes of what they think it's supposed to be. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys were so scared you guys had to fill in some some scary images.
So don't leave me like in suspense. Did that end happily or?
No, purse was snatched forever.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like this guy, I mean, it's crazy. He was driving a Prius, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of had my spidey sense going when he walked in to the
Yeah.
bar, because he seemed kind of fucked up and drunk. But he went straight to the bathroom. You know, I wasn't gonna hassle him if he was just doing that. You know, because, and then, 20 minutes later, some girl comes in screaming, "My purse just got snatched! My purse just got snatched!" I'm like, oh shit. So we had to call the cops and everything, and the cops came, and like 3 different people had.
Wait a second. What was snatched?
Purse.
I thought you meant like an abduction.
No.
Oh.
That would. Oh man, I probably wouldn't be able to work. I'd be like so distraught.
Well, think about how you phrased that. All you said was you had a snatching. You didn't say an object.
I said purse.
Oh, I thought you said pilsen.
Oh, but yeah, well.
That's why I'm reacting so like sadly.
Yeah, the purse was in her lap.
Okay.
The purse in her lap.
Okay.
Snatched.
Well, I don't give a shit then.
But there was a person. There was a person in the purse.
Oh,
It's a little baby who fell apart as soon as you picked it up.
Put me back in that pills. Hey kid, put me back.
Hey, mister. Hey, mister, this ain't your purse.
Hey guy. I'll suck your Nope.
I'm not a baby, I swear.
I got that. What'd you call it? Benjamin Button disease. I'm 85. I did my time.
This poor baby.
Ah, fuck that baby.
Yeah. Well, that's night terrors. Hilarious.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm glad a lady wasn't snatched from your place of business.
Yeah, that would have been too much for me. I don't think I'd be able to handle it.
I thought, wow.
Handle like a human abduction at my workplace.
No, that would be way too much. I thought, wow, you were taking this really lightly by the way you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
Just laughing and joking.
Wait, was there a happy ending? I said no. Purse was snatched forever.
I also thought you said Pilsen was snatched forever.
How nonchalant and fucking psychopathic do you think I would be about this?
You were surrounded by beans on this video I'm looking at. You look pretty insane.
Yeah, I'm sad I can't think of more scary things that happened to me in life.
I got one.
They
more.
happened.
I can do one more before we end this.
Yeah.
I might have talked about this already, but I'll talk about it again. Who gives a shit? A few years back, we went to Indiana to do some stuff on vacation, and we rented this house. I guess you can do that now. You just rent someone's house.
Yeah.
You hear about this? You're just renting a house? It was crazy.
Well, like for like a day, no. But renting a house to like live in.
No,
yeah.
like a week we did. It was like, these old people were like, yeah, you can rent the house. I don't know. I wasn't the one who rented it. I don't know how the negotiation went.
Yeah, we just sleep in our purses, turn into babies. Don't try to pick us up. We fall apart.
So we arrive at the house, and like the fridge is still stocked like with food. The closets have clothes in them and stuff. I do some investigation. I find a shoebox in the closet that people staying in. It's just nothing but naked photos of some lady. I'm like, what the hell? I look underneath the bed. There's a shotgun loaded. Like, what the fuck? What fucking place are we living in? So, but I mean, we don't leave. So we we're hanging out that night, and
oh no, come on!
And this is like the country, okay, in Indiana.
Why are you trying to scare me, dude?
We have a long driveway. At the end of the driveway, there's some headlights. All of a sudden, just a vehicle is stopped at the end of the driveway, and everybody's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know." And no one's doing anything, so I said, "I guess I'll check it out."
Did you grab the shotgun?
I should have. Then I would be in prison for homicide. And the house has like a wrap-around porch. It's a really nice house. So I go out on the porch and I'm just looking because of the lights going against the house. All I can see are the lights. I can't see anything else. It's like fucking 1 a.m. I'm just looking, and all of a sudden, in the fucking darkness, a woman's voice begins moaning, "Give me back my child."
Oh my.
Give me back my child. Give me back my child.
He's in my purse.
He lost his leg.
Hey, miss. Hold on.
Okay.
Is she yelling at you to give you back your child?
Yeah. She's not yelling. She's saying it softly.
Dude,
I
so
can't,
fucked up.
I can't even see anybody. And I am terrified because I've seen movies and I know what happens in movies. I don't know what I said then. Probably like, "Hello, who is that?" Who knows? Eventually, a woman's face like appeared in the darkness as I got closer, and she was like really mellow. I think most likely high.
Yeah.
And she just kept saying, "Give me back my child." And she walked up and just walked past me, and so I grabbed her. I was like, "What are you doing? Get back!" So I kind of pushed her away because she was just trying to go into the house. And she left. After kept saying, "We don't have your fucking child," she left. And the next day, we called the old guy who rented us the house, and we discovered that the lady was the guy's kid, and evidently they had custody of the grandchild. And she didn't know they had rented the house, so she was coming to take the kid back.
Oh my god. It's awful. Sounds terrible.
It was awful, man. I did not enjoy that night.
Okay, hold on, just 1 second. One thing here. You know, the sleeping situation is all crazy here. So I'm sleeping in the living room. Yeah, I'm hanging out in the living room until 3. But I get home one day after work, and Nina's like, "Why is there a baseball hat on our porch?" Right?
You told me this, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know. Probably it was windy last night. Probably blew. I try to think of the least scary thing. Well, I'm one of those fucking weirdos, surveillance state people with a Ring doorbell. Okay, so I said, okay, I'll just check. I didn't get any alerts, but I'll check. Well, the alerts were silenced for that one night for whatever reason, and I'm at the window where the guy is hanging out. There's a guy drunk out of his mind, most likely thought he was at a different house, right? Tries to get in my house and then falls asleep on my porch, sitting down for 2 hours. Me and him, we might as well be fucking. There's just a glass between us. I didn't hear him at all, but it's very unsettling to see a video of someone trying to open your door. It's really, really weird. And one of my fears, just a primal fear or whatever, is someone banging on the windows or trying to get into the house. That bothers me. So yeah, that's probably the scariest actual thing. Not unexplainable. Caught it on video. If he was a ghost, it was a very crisp and clear looking ghost.
You watch a lot of home invasion movies?
I really do like home invasion movies.
Yeah.
But I like tempting those fears. You know what I mean? I like playing. Yeah. I like having those fears. Shocking me. I love the movie Funny Games. Have you seen that?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Well, there's 2 versions of it. Same director, but one is I forgot what language it's original. Yeah. I mean, it was filmed in late 90s, early 2000s in a foreign language. I forgot what country it was actually from.
Canadian.
I think it's Austrian.
Okay.
Austrian, Canadian, yeah, French Canadian, Quebec. So it's really good, and it's basically a shot-for-shot remake in English.
Yeah.
10 years later. I prefer the one that I saw originally, which is I think they're speaking German, but they're the exact same movie basically. It is a fucking awful, dark comedy. It's really, really dark. You might like it.
Maybe. I also, like you, I'm terrified of home invasion type of stuff.
Yeah.
I also have a lot of fright about someone coming at the hotel I book at night.
Yeah, no.
It's bad, man. Especially since I'm the only one there.
Yeah. Working at a bar-ish, a kind of a bar. We're there late. A lot of times we're sitting ducks. So that kind of goes through my mind now, especially now that people are more desperate and you're hearing a lot more about robberies and stuff like that. So times are weird, it's a mind fuck all around. But it's good to see your mouth.
Oh, thank you. Mine?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen someone's mouth.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I keep imagining now, like we keep talking about, like people just appealing in places randomly. That as you move, when you move on this video screen, some of the bean background sometimes vanishes. I keep thinking, oh man, what if I see a guy's face behind you in those beans?
Yo, that's actually a good kind of concept. Like
Yeah.
for a very short film,
Yeah.
you get a Zoom call between two fucking semi-virginal fucking assholes talking to each other at 11 p.m. And we're making each other laugh. Look at the beans. And then as we move around, there's someone fucking about to murder me.
And then the beans take his face again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
whoa.
that's it. And he backs away like Homer into the shrubbery.
Into the beans.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like that's a good enough place to end everything.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5gkilledgod.com.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, just type in 5gkilledgod.com, but don't stop there. Press enter, and then your website, it'll go to the website.
What are you trying to promote right now?
No, 5gkilledgod.com.
Okay.
Just go to 5gkilledgod.com. All my promotions are right there. 5gkilledgod.com.
Woo! And that's been an episode of Ghoulish. I am Max Booth, a host. And if you liked today's episode, go rate and review us on iTunes. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/PMM Publishing. If you want a spooky ghoulish t-shirt, go on over to tpublic/user/PMM Publishing. You can follow us on Twitter at GhoulishPod. You can follow us on Instagram at PMM Publishing. You can email us a spooky thing that's happened to you, and I might read it on the podcast. Email us at ghoulishpod@gmail.com. And go buy the books we publish at perpetualpublishing.com.
Live spooky, die spooky.